Hey guys, welcome to the bench and a review of this new sword Gannet AEW.3 in 1/48 scale. Now this got word of this a while ago and I pre-ordered it earlier this year and it's arrived today here in New Zealand, so I thought I'd do a quick inbox review. I've not done one before, so bear with me if it's a bit rubbish. Box art is beautiful. I really like that image. Whether you get a wheels up option or not, probably not, as is mostly the case these days. Fairly basic though in terms of the box art. Box number is SW48014. Basic blurb on there, just precautions in different languages, and that's about it. So I've not had any of this out, so let's have a look inside and see what we get. So instructions, we'll have a look at these first. I think pretty small, probably A5, looks like it's A4 folded in half. Yeah, fairly sort of basic instructions inside. Just look like photographs of the sprues. It's nice that you get masks included, which is always good. Some photo etch, and then straight into the cockpit, as is normally the case. Yeah, it looks to have some fairly nice detail looking at the instructions. I mean, again, it's going to be as good as most, I would have thought, with it being a new tool. Undercarriage, prop, yep, all looks to be fairly standard. Not a very long-winded set of instructions, fairly basic instruction in terms of colorways for parts. So I'm assuming they're kind of leaving it to us to do our reference checks. And there we go. Doesn't actually, well, looking at them numbers, I'm assuming they're Mr. Colour references, the paint numbers. Oh yeah, it says they're Mr. Colour. Gives you the FS numbers as well, but yeah, other than that, it's just the basic set of colours that you're going to need. And then we're straight into the paint and main decals. These are two different options. Yeah, HMS Hermes 1968 and the Ark Royal 1978. Not decided which one I'll do yet, but I'm probably going to go with the Ark Royal. And then this is the stencil data. Fairly comprehensive instructions, but also on the more basic side. I've never done a sword model before. There's a bit of bump there about the actual Gannet AEW.3. But yeah, it's such an unusual plane. You know, we've all obviously seen a lot of the Airfix offering this beast, which is a damn sight bigger than this, considering they're both the same scale. You know, the box must be double the size at least for the Gannet AS1, AS4 from Airfix, which is a lovely kit by all accounts. I haven't started it yet. So let's have a look at this one. Again, first time I've taken this out, so I don't know what's in store. It's just in a Ziploc bag by the looks of it. So we've got our decals there. Unfortunately, they're not cartograph, printed by Tech Mod, but they look nice. They're very glossy, quite fine detail on the text. It's actually illegible even on the smallest stencil, so we'll see how they go down. Small fret of photo etch, not too bad detail wise, in the little windscreen wiper in there. Full set of masks, which is nice to get always. It's nice that they've bagged the clear parts in a separate bag. I'll just whip those out. Have a look at the clarity. They look fairly fragile on them sprues, which in some ways is good because it means that the sprue gate is going to be quite small. There's a little bit of scuffing on the top of that canopy there. Nothing major. Not too bad clarity wise. I can still see detail through them. And again, I've never done a sword kit before, so this is all new territory for me in terms of what to expect. Let's get these sprues out of the way. Right, let's have a look at the wings. Yeah, nice detail. Quite reserved on the riveting, which is good and bad. You know, if you want your model to be representative. There's a little bit of flash on the edges of the wings, but they have done a very, very fine tip, which is nice because some kits you end up with a fairly thick trailing edge, which is always a pain. Here's a little bit of flash on that corner there, but again, nothing major, nothing that a quick sanding stick session won't get rid of. The next sprue, this looks to be like interior parts, wheels, cockpit, spinner, a couple of tanks there. Yeah, I mean, it's definitely not the best quality, but it's not too bad either. Think of Special Hobby or someone like that. The detail's fairly nice though. Props. There's something going on a bit funny with the prop. It's really, really thin in this bit here. You can kind of see through it. It's that thin. Which is probably good because, again, it stops it being a bulky out of scale prop. All the small parts though do look pretty nice. Again, there's a little bit of flash here and there, nothing too major. Haven't seen any major errors on the tooling yet. The detail on the radio gear is very nice. Don't know if my camera will pick that up, but yeah, it's beautiful detail in terms of all the buttons and switches. But as you can see here, there is some flash that's going to need cleaning up from the parting line of the tool. But not too bad. Considering there's not that many parts, it shouldn't take too long. And then here's the money shot. Fuselage, some basic interior detail. But not that you're going to be able to see it really. And then it's a weird glossy finish, and some of the detail is quite soft around here. You're probably going to have to rescribe that, I would think. And there's no rivet detail anywhere that I can see. Compare it to the Airfix one. Yeah, big difference between the Airfix Gannet and this one in terms of surface detail. But you can always obviously run a riveting wheel if you want. Whether I will or not, I'll decide once I start building it. But yeah, the plastic's not bad. It's fairly firm. It's not soft. There's not much flash. A little bit here and there, usually around where the sprue gates are. A little bit there. But yeah, the detail on the body is definitely a big step down from the Airfix one. In fact, I'll just grab the Airfix one and I'll show you as a comparison. Okay, now here's the Airfix one. Let's put some more light on. I don't know if that picks it up, but yeah, the Airfix detail is so much nicer. You know, the rudder and everything is attached on this sword kit, separate on the Airfix, but all the riveting and fine panel lining on the Airfix is, yeah, a big step forward in terms of surface finish, and also the actual texture of the surface. You know, it's got a satiny matte finish on the Airfix and it's quite glossy on the sword. But yeah, it's a bit unfortunate that, you know, to make this really come alive, you are going to have to go in there and, you know, that panel line there, for example, is very, you probably won't even notice that with a wash. You're probably going to have to rescribe most of these just to put a little bit more depth into them. It definitely gets lost around the bottom. So yeah, I would say it's very similar to what you'd expect from a special hobby kind of kit, which is a bit of a shame, but it'll still build up into a nice plane, I'm sure. But yeah, compare it to the Airfix and you can kind of see why the Airfix kit costs as much as it does. I mean, this wasn't that cheap actually compared to the Airfix. It was probably 20% cheaper maybe, but you can definitely see why, because there's only 4 sprues. There is you know, a bit of flash to clear up. Some of the detail is beautiful. You know, if they'd have done this detail that they've done on the radios on the fuselage, it would have been a lot better. Even the wings, I would say, are better than the fuselage. Still a little bit soft, but you can see the panel lines on the wings are all fairly sharp. All the hatches and covers, much nicer on the wings than the fuselage. And again, the fuselage is, you know, the main aspect of a kit. So we'll see. We'll have to wait and see how it fares once I start building, or once other people start building online and we see some results. But overall, I wouldn't say it's a bad kit, but it's definitely not the best kit I've seen, especially for a brand new tool. So anyway, there we have it. The new sword Gannet AEW.3. Should I start building it? I don't know, because based on the image here, you can see how much detail there is on the fuselage. You know, the representation they've got on the box art is beautiful in comparison to the moulding that they've given you. So I think we are going to have to go to town with drawing lines and putting rivets in and making it actually look like it should. But anyway, there you go. My first review of a kit, brand new kit just out from Sword Models. Hope you enjoyed the video. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and I'll see you next time.